Okay, it's Thursday, and I brewed this beer on Sunday, and fermentation is pretty much stopped, almost. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rack both of these off into secondaries, and with the stout here, it's actually going to be aged on oak, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. Okay, most of the tips that I've seen for aging anything on oak call for like an ounce per 5 gallons. So I'm going to put, since I have a 2.5 gallon batch, I'm actually going to put half of an ounce in with the beer. So let's measure out a ½ ounce of the cubes, and that looks good right there. Doesn't really look like a whole lot. Now let me pick the camera off of here. So like I said, it really doesn't look like a whole lot, but I would rather err on the side of caution and put a few less in there. And if I need to and stuff, I could leave it in there in the fermenter a little bit longer. But I don't want to overwhelm it with oak flavor, but I do want to give it a slight hint of it. So next thing we're going to do, I do have my racking cane and my hose in the sanitizer, and I'll be sanitizing the carboy that the beer will go into. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I don't know if this step is absolutely necessary or not, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to steam the chips, the oak cubes, to sanitize them. So I've just got a steam basket in here, and I'm just going to dump these in here, cover them up, and I'm going to steam these for probably about 15 minutes. And then when I get done with that, then I'll put them into the fermenter. I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but you can see where the yeast has fallen out. And the krausen that was on top is pretty much all gone now. So like I said, it is bubbling a little bit right now just because I moved it. So I did agitate it and shake it up real good. I think it was yesterday or the day before, just to see if it would ferment anymore, and it had pretty much quit. So we'll get ready to rack this off in just a few minutes. Okay, we've got our glass carboy down there, and then our fermenter that we're going to rack from. So let's get started. Okay, I filled my water hose up with some water, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the water out until the siphon gets started, and then I will put it into the carboy to go ahead and drain. Okay, our bottle's filling up right now, and let's come through the hose. I do have the tip of that off the bottom. You probably can't see it on here, but I do have it off the bottom and off the yeast by about, probably an inch. And I'll wait until it gets down close to actually pulling the yeast off, and I'll see how close I can get without pulling a lot of the dregs off the bottom. And I'll try to get as much as I possibly can in there, but like I said, I don't want to get a lot of yeast sediments. So we got our airlock and everything in the sanitizer, so we'll just wait for this to fill up. Okay, here's our oak. It went ahead and boiled for 15 minutes. So I took and sanitized a spoon, and I'm just going to scoop these out of here and drop them into the fermenter one by one. Okay, I've got my oak cubes here, so I'm just going to drop those in. So the water that came off of these oak cubes after I steamed them was pretty yellow and brown color. Steamed these, and I'm dropping these in there, and I will get the airlock and put the airlock back on here. It's like I've tried filming this like 3 times now, and the phone keeps ringing. So hopefully I'll get it through it this time without the phone ringing. I'm going to put a little bit of water in the airlock. And the cell phone's been going off, so I was like, ugh. Alright. And we'll put the airlock in there. And then we will put that back in to where I've got this ferment. It's about, Steeljan had asked me about what the temperature was on there, and it's about 68. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let this sit into the secondary fermenter for probably, oh, my guess would be maybe 7 days, I'm not sure. And I'm just kind of probably going to check it every few days and probably just kind of smell and see what kind of aromas I'm getting off of that oak that's in there. So whenever I think it gets to a point that I really need to quit, then I'll go ahead and pull that off of there, and I'll probably go ahead and try to crash chill it and get it down and try to get the yeast to completely fall out of it. So it's looking pretty good. So like I said, with this linoleum, god-awful linoleum we have, it's kind of hard to tell what this actually looks like. But I'm going to rack the amber ale off. It'll be racked off into a secondary too, but basically the process will be the same as it was for this one, so I'm not going to film that. So I just wanted to show, I don't think you can, maybe you can see them floating in there. Yeah, the little oak cubes floating in there. So we'll see what happens with this. It should be an interesting experiment, so I will see you all later.